Hello, and welcome back.
Tonight, we are going to travel not to a time or a place, but into an idea, an ancient story crafted by the philosopher Plato that has echoed through the halls of human thought for thousands of years. We are going on a journey into a cave. This story is about the nature of reality itself, about the shadows we mistake for truth, and about the courageous, often painful process of waking up. There is nothing you need to do to prepare for this journey. There are no expectations. I simply invite you to find a place of comfort, to allow the weight of your body to sink into the surface beneath you, and to give your mind the freedom to wander through this ancient and powerful allegory. Let your breathing become slow and deep as the world outside fades away and the world of our story begins to take shape.
Imagine you are sitting in the deep, quiet dark. You have been here for as long as you can remember, your entire life. You are not alone. There are others beside you. A long row of figures, all facing the same direction. Your legs, your neck, are held by gentle but firm restraints. You cannot turn your head to the side. You cannot look behind you. You can only look forward at a vast, flat wall of stone that rises before you. The air here is cool and damp. You can smell the earth, the wet stone, the passage of immense time. Behind you, far behind you and out of your sight, a fire is burning. Its flames leap and dance, casting a warm, flickering glow. And between you and this fire, there is a low wall, like a walkway. Along this path, unseen by you, figures are moving, carrying objects of all shapes and sizes. Statues of animals, models of trees, various tools and artifacts. The fire casts the shadows of these objects onto the stone wall in front of you. This wall is your entire world. The shadows are your reality. They glide and dance in a silent, mesmerizing procession. You see the shadow of a bird, and you hear its name echoed by the others beside you. Bird. You see the shadow of a horse, a tree, a man. These are the only things you have ever known. You and your fellow prisoners have become experts in this world. You give the shadows names, you study their patterns, you predict which shadow will come next. You have created entire systems of honor and praise for those who are quickest to identify them, for those with the sharpest eyes for this shadow play. You do not know that they are shadows. How could you? To you, they are the things themselves. They are the truth. The dark, two-dimensional dance on the wall is the full, rich texture of existence. You have never known anything else. And so, you have no reason to believe there is anything else to be known. This cool, quiet, flickering world is home.
Now, imagine that one of you is suddenly freed. The restraints fall away. A gentle but firm hand helps you to your feet and asks you to turn around. For the first time in your life, you turn away from the wall. And the first thing you see is the fire. The light is agonizing. Your eyes, accustomed only to the dimmest of glows, are filled with a brilliant, searing pain. You squint, you turn away, you want only to face the familiar, comfortable shadows on the wall again. The fire is too much. It is a shock to the system. The gentle guide encourages you. Look, they say, pointing to the figures moving along the walkway, the actual objects of wood and stone. You look, but they seem strange, unreal. The shadow of the bird was sharp, clear, simple. This carved bird is complex, with textures and dimensions that your mind cannot easily comprehend. It seems less real to you, less true, than the shadow you have known your whole life. You are confused. You feel a deep urge to return to your seat, to the simple, understandable reality you have always known. But the guide persists. They begin to lead you away from the fire, towards the mouth of the cave. The path is steep and rugged. You have to climb. Your legs, unused to movement, ache with the effort. Every step is a struggle against your own weakness and against a deep, primal fear of this unknown journey. The darkness of the cave has been a strange comfort, a womb. This ascent feels like a violent birth. And then you reach the entrance, and you step out into the world above. The light of the sun is 1,000,000,000 times more painful than the fire. It is an absolute blinding whiteness. You are stunned into immobility. You can see nothing at all. You are more blind now in this world of light than you ever were in the darkness below. The pain is so intense you wish for nothing more than to run back into the safety of the cave. But again, the guide is patient. They suggest you don't look at the sun. Not yet. First, just look at the ground. And as your eyes slowly, painstakingly begin to adjust, you first make out the shadows of the real things. The shadow of a real tree. It is darker, sharper than the ones you knew. Then, the guide encourages you to look at the reflections of things in a still pool of water. The reflection of the tree, the sky, the clouds. Now you see color for the first time. The deep blue of the sky, the vibrant green of the leaves. It is overwhelming, beautiful but overwhelming. Only after a long while can you finally lift your eyes to see the things themselves. The actual tree in all its three-dimensional glory. The flowers, the animals, and you realize the world you knew was just a faint, colorless copy of this vibrant, living reality. And finally, after a very long time, you are able to lift your gaze to the sky and look upon the sun itself. And in that moment, you understand. You understand that the sun is the source of all of it. It is the source of the light, the source of the color, the source of the life itself. It is the cause of everything you now know to be real. And the world of shadows in the cave is revealed to you for what it was, an illusion, a prison you never even knew you were in. A profound feeling of pity and compassion washes over you for your friends, the prisoners still chained in the darkness. You feel a deep sense of duty to return, to go back and tell them what you have seen, to free them as you were freed. So, you begin your descent, back into the familiar darkness of the cave. But something strange happens. Your eyes, now accustomed to the brilliant light of the sun, are clumsy in the dark. You stumble. You cannot see the shadows on the wall with the same clarity as before. They look murky, indistinct. When you reach your old spot, you try to explain what you have seen. You speak of a world of color, of form, of a great light called the sun. But your friends, they do not understand. They cannot even imagine what you are describing. They only see that you can no longer compete in their games of identifying shadows. You are clumsy. You misidentify the shapes. They look at you and say, "You see? He has returned from his journey with his eyes ruined." They laugh at you. They mock your stories of this other world. Your truth is so far outside their reality that it sounds like the ravings of a madman. You plead with them. You try to unchain them. But they resist. They become angry, frightened. They believe you are trying to destroy their world, the only world they know. And if you persist, Plato says, they will do everything in their power to silence you, even kill you, to protect the comfort of their shared illusion. And so you are left with a choice: to stay in the darkness with them, pretending to see the shadows that are no longer real to you, or to live in the world of light, alone with your truth. This is the profound loneliness and the burden of waking up. This story is not just about prisoners in a mythical cave. It is about all of us. We are all in some way living in a cave of our own making. A cave formed by the beliefs we inherited from our family, the assumptions of our culture, the limitations we place on ourselves. The shadows on the wall are the opinions, the headlines, the social media feeds, the fears, the dogmas that we accept without question. They are the surface-level reality we are presented with every day. And we get very good at this world. We learn to navigate it, to succeed within its rules. But have you ever had a moment, a quiet, unsettling feeling that there might be something more? A feeling that what you perceive as the entire world is just a shadow of a deeper reality. That feeling is the first turning of the head. Waking up is a slow ascent. It can be painful. A new idea, a challenging experience, a profound loss can be like that first glimpse of the fire. It hurts. It makes us want to return to our comfortable illusions. Learning to see the world differently requires courage. It requires us to be clumsy, to be beginners again. And your sun? What is your sun? It could be the discovery of a new passion. It could be a moment of deep, unconditional love. It could be a spiritual awakening or a simple, profound insight into your own nature. It is whatever truth illuminates your world and shows you the reality behind the shadows. Plato's story teaches us to have compassion. Compassion for ourselves when the journey out of the cave is difficult and painful, and compassion for others who are still content to watch the shadows on the wall. You cannot force someone to see the sun. You can only continue to live in your own light, and perhaps, in doing so, become a gentle guide for those who become ready to make the journey themselves. So as you rest here now, drifting towards sleep, there is no need to judge your cave. Simply acknowledge it. Acknowledge the shadows you watch every day. And perhaps you can nurture a small, gentle curiosity. A curiosity about the fire behind you. A curiosity about the world that exists just outside the entrance. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single turn of the head. And tonight, in the safety of your own mind, you can simply wonder.